AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal.
Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. First of all, got to remind you that this show is brought to you by Rocket Mobile. Don't forget, you can get 20 gigabytes of roaming in the EU if you get Rocket Mobile. Unlimited calls, texts and data for only £16 a month. And the good thing about it, there's no contract whatsoever. You can keep your number as well. If you'd like to switch your number right now, the link is in the description. And it's a really, really good deal. You don't have to have a contract. You don't have to change your number if you don't want to. More information, click the QR code on the screen or the link in the description to get more information. First of all, I've got to apologize this morning because there was no show yesterday. We had a technical issue and wasn't able to bring you Transfer Daily, but I am here today, right? And also, I want to remind you, tell everybody about something I'll be doing tomorrow, Thursday, the 29th of January. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing a special Transfer Daily, a special live Transfer Daily at 6 p.m. UK time. So that's 6 p.m. UK time. So if you're around the world, you can convert it and work it out. Join me live. I'm going to be doing a Q&A, also delving into all the transfer rumors. That's 6 p.m. Thursday, the 29th of January. Make sure you join me, of course. Time running out on the transfer window. And let's be real, this has been quite a quiet transfer window, not just for Arsenal, just right around the league. I mean, we could get the usual frenzy that happens, over the sort of, last week or so. But certainly for Arsenal, it's been a very quiet transfer window. And a lot of that's been because they've done so much business in the summer, so much good business. I've got such a good squad. So they don't really need to add much to this team. Although there are a lot of fans at the moment saying something, we could do it a little something just to give us a little boost to get us across the line, especially after that defeat on the weekend. It's down to 4 points. City have gone out there, got some Semenyo in, Gay. What's our reaction to that? Or do we need to react to it? So it's been a really quietish window. When you compare to last year, which let's remember, the last year was a really quiet window for us as well. We didn't sign anybody, but there was a difference. Last season, we needed to sign a lot of players because there were loads of injuries and we needed it. Didn't get anyone. This year, we don't really need much. But it'd be all like Arsenal to go and get a couple of players before the window closes. Could one of them be Johan Manzambi of Freiburg over there in the Bundesliga? According to Sportsboom, they claim that Arsenal are keeping tabs on Manzambi. Arsenal, along with a lot of other clubs, really looking hard at this player. He is a 20-year-old Swiss international, and he has been doing really, really well for Freiburg. He's been described as a gladiator in midfield, a real sort of old-fashioned, even though he's 20, box-to-box, all-action midfielder. Really, really good defensively and good in attack as well. Now, we all know when we look at Declan Rice that he seems to be in our squad the one player that you can't replace. The one player that if he's out, there's not like a direct replacement who you say, right, Rice is out, such and such comes in and replaces him like for like. So could this be the reason why Arsenal are taking a look at this player? They've been scouting him intensively. And as I said, he's been having a really good season for Freiburg. Bayern Munich, amongst other clubs, really interested in him as well. But a high fee they demand, Freiburg. They're looking for around about 40 to 45 million pounds, which would be a record fee for Freiburg. One to keep an eye on. Probably not going to happen this January. Again, could be a summer move, but maybe it can be one of those that's upgraded because so many teams are after him. There's a Victor Valdepenas. We've spoken about him several times on the show. The 19-year-old defender who plays for Real Madrid. Versatile defender. Can play as a centre-back or a left-back. There's still lots of interest from Arsenal in this player. He has this £43 million release clause, so it is doable this January if Arsenal want to do it. Do they go for him now or in the summer? But certainly there is a lot of interest in him. So one to definitely keep an eye on. Now, of course, transfer windows ain't just about players that come in. They're also about possible exits as well. This one was really surprising when I read about this one. Martin Ødegaard. Could he be on his way out of Arsenal? He's been having a tough season for Arsenal. Injury hit at the start of it. And in recent weeks has not been on form at all. There's been a lot of fans saying that he should be dropped. There's fans that I'm interviewing a couple the other night. He shouldn't be the captain, all sort of stuff like that, which I don't agree with, by the way. I think, yes, he hasn't been great over the last few games, but he has been great for us over the seasons. But there's a claim from the ITK Indicalia that Arsenal will be open to offers for him this summer. Only a few years left now couple of years left on his contract. Could Arsenal let a player like Martin Ødegaard go in the summer? Eze's in there now. Ethan Nwaneri's away on loan and has got off to a good start. Could Martin Ødegaard be on the way out? It seems unlikely to me at the moment. Mikel Arteta absolutely loves the player. But if, say, a big offer did come in for him, Bayern Munich and Inter Milan said to be two teams that are monitoring his situation at Arsenal. He's a top player. He's going to be at the World Cup in the summer. I just don't see this one. I still think that Mikel Arteta maintains a lot of faith in Martin Ødegaard. He is the captain. The players say they love him as a captain, and I just don't see that one happening. But a lot of that could depend on what happens with Arsenal and the outcome of, this season. If Arsenal win the league, I think it would be unthinkable to see Martin Ødegaard leaving the club after he's won the league. If Arsenal missed out again, I think we are going to start seeing players like Martin Ødegaard come into real focus. People say, oh, well, the manager would come into focus, and people would start saying and questioning and saying, is it time to change? Can he get us over the line? But also the captain is probably going to come into that focus as well. Do we need a refresh in that area? A lot of it's going to depend on what happens in the league, but certainly at the moment, forget about that at January. And I see it highly unlikely in the summer, but it's a rumour. And that's what we do on this show. We have a look at the rumours. There's also rumours around Christian Nørgaard, who did the press conference for Arsenal yesterday, and he was questioned about his lack of game time. And he said, listen, it's difficult to enter this first team. He knows it's tough, but he knew coming to Arsenal that there was going to be lots and lots of competition for places. Now, there are a lot of clubs that are interested in signing him this January. There's been a lot of inquiries to Arsenal. We know that Ajax want to sign Christian Nørgaard, but there's other clubs as well. Eintracht Frankfurt over there in the Bundesliga, as well as Borussia Dortmund said to be interested, and Roma and Lazio over there in Serie A. All of them very, very interested in signing Christian Nørgaard. But again, Arsenal not looking to sell him. They see him as a very important squad player. We're getting into the business end of the season now, where the games are going to come thick and fast. And it's not just about games coming thick and fast. Important games. Every game, you look at it, I was saying this to someone the other day, literally every game's a cup final from now until the end of the season. When we get into the knockout stages of the Champions League, it's a cup final. If you lose those games, you're out of the Champions League. When we get into the league, as you can see, you lose one game, it's an absolute meltdown. Can't afford to lose games, teams are chasing you down. Carabao Cup, if you lose that, you're out. FA Cup, if you lose that, you're out. Every game is serious pressure, and a player of Christian Nørgaard's experience and a player like him, accomplished player, I think is going to be too important to Arsenal for them to let him go this January transfer window. But links still with him and a move away. I've got to say congratulations going out to Ife Ibrahim and Josiah King. Both of them signed professional contracts yesterday. We talk a lot about this youngster over there at Real Madrid and that youngster there in France. And what about our own youngsters? And they've served us well. We've only got to look throughout our squad and, look at, your Sakas, your Ethan Wanieris, your Miles Lewis-Skellies, all players that have come through the academy and are doing big things. Academy players are important. And sometimes we overlook them and we're just looking abroad to these youngsters at other clubs, and we've got great youngsters at our club. So congratulations to them. Ibrahim has been compared in his playing style to Patrick Vieira. If you can turn out to be that, it'd be good. But listen, I wish those two the best in the future. Hopefully we can see those two in first team shirts in the future. And just before I go, I've got to say condolences going out to the family of David Hale from the Arsenal Supporters Club, who passed away sadly. Really sad news. David's a really great guy. Used to see him at all the games. He goes home and away, a massive part of the Supporters Club. So I want to say condolences going out to Pat and the family. David's going to be really, really sadly missed. Always, always, always optimistic and upbeat. I just want Arsenal to win the title for fans like him. So condolences going out to the family of David Hale. And once again, don't forget, tomorrow I am live. We're doing this show live, 6 p.m. UK time here on AFTV. Please make sure you join me. I want to hear from as many of you as possible. Who do you think we should be signing? Should we be signing anybody? And I'll be running through the rumours of the day as well. So see you tomorrow, and thanks for watching. Travelling to away games has never been easier, especially with Rocket Mobile.
Unlimited data, unlimited everything in the UK. When you leave the UK, it's 20 gig of roaming data. Life is very easy.
£16 a month, no hassle.
How you doing, mate?
You're doing all right? And this is what you get in Europe.
I know. Tony Ellis!
Come on, mate.
You're the man.